Alright, so we're going to read 6.3 homework. I'll tell you how to grade at the end. Go ahead and write your name at the bottom, checked by, graded by. Alright, so in our first it says BL is 12. So whenever you're given the full length of the line, the easiest thing to find is the 2/3, which would be this piece. Sorry, the 1/3, which would be this piece. So you're going to take 12 divided by 3, and that is 4. To find the 2/3 of the line, you double the 1/3. So double of 4 is 8. This works out because 4 plus 8 is 12. So make sure you have labeled. You're going to say BP is 8. PL is 4. So if they got them wrong, it's -1 apiece. If they skipped this problem, if you are standard, so standard is going to be -10. And then honors will be -8 because you had 2 extra problems. So again, if they skipped it, it's -10 if you're standard, -8 if you're honors. This next one we have CP. CP is 16. This is the 2/3 of the line. So what's easiest to find first is the 1/3. If 1/3 times 2 gives you the 2/3, then 2/3 divided by 2 will give you 1/3. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that means the full length of the line is 24, because 8 plus 16 is 24. So we're going to go ahead and label. PL is 8, and then CL, right? CL, yep, is 4. So again, if they got it wrong, it's -1 per they got wrong. And then if they skipped, just look in this corner to figure out how much to take off. This next one we have AL, which is the full line. It is 27. So to find 1/3, we're going to find PL first. So this is the 1/3, so 27 divided by 3 is 9. That's PL. AP, so to find the 2/3, you're going to double. So this will be 18. So AP is 18. Again, -1 per if they got them wrong. The last one we have, or this section, we have BP is 102. This looks to be like it's the 2/3. So we're going to divide by 2 to find the 1/3. So 102 divided by 2 is 51. So that means PL is 51. And then the full length of the line, BL, you'll add them together and you'll get 153. So again, -1 if they were wrong, -1 apiece, -10 or -8 if they skipped. This next one, you're given either a perpendicular or an angle bisector. Label it perpendicular or angle bisector, and then solve for the measurement. So this first one is a perpendicular bisector. It's -1 if they got that wrong. It's because it is perpendicular at the midpoint. Okay, we know that because of these dashes. It's perfectly in the center. So then from here you would set the 2 lengths equal. You'll get x equals 2. And then it wants us to find the length of UV, which is this line. UV is currently 8 times x minus 1. So 8 times 2 minus 1, which is 15. UV equals 15. Alright, so it'll be 1 point for getting that if they got it wrong. They do need to show work. No work counts as a skip. And I'm talking to you. Never mind, I won't call you out. Never mind. But if there's no work, it counts as a skip. So make sure that you have that. This next one, it's an angle bisector. It's -1 if they didn't get that. So we know it's an angle bisector because the angle has these two arcs signifying that they are congruent angles. You're going to set the two lengths equal again. 6x equals 3x plus 9. So x equals 3. We'll need to plug that in for QP. So 6 times 3, which is 18. QP equals 18. Again, -1 if they got that wrong. They did need to show this work. If they don't have work, it counts as skipping. Last one, this one is still an angle bisector. So if they got that wrong, it is -1. So again, you're going to set these two equal. 5x minus 4 equals 4x plus 3. So x equals 7. And it wants you to find the measure of angle GJK. So this one you'll have to do a little extra work on. Alright, so we're going to plug in. We want to find the measure of this angle. So we're going to have to do a couple things. We have a triangle. So we need to know the measure of this angle to find the measure of this angle. So we're going to plug in x. 4 times 7 plus 3. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 3 is 31. Add them up, subtract from 180. So the measure of angle GJK, you're adding up 90 and 31, which makes 121. Subtract from 180, you get 59 degrees. So this would be -1 if they got it wrong. We'll keep on moving. We have the incenter. So from the incenter to the sides is congruent. Incenter to side, incenter to side. So they gave us NQ, then they gave us NR, then they gave us NS. So we know all of these are equal. We're going to set the two NQ and the NR congruent. So set them equal. X equals 5. You need to plug it back in to find out the length of NS over here. So 4 times 5 minus 9. 4 times 5 is 20, minus 9 is 11. You can always double check by plugging it in here. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So NS equals 11. It's -1 if they got this wrong. It does have to have work. So it counts as the -10 or the -8 if they skipped or they didn't show work. We do the same thing with the last one. NU and NV are equal. So -3x plus 6 equals -5x. So x equals -3. You have to plug it in to find the length of NT. NT will be congruent with either of these. So -5 times -3 is 15. So NT equals 15. -1 if they got it wrong, and then of course they need to show the work. This last one says the Deer County Parks Committee plans to build a park at point P equidistant from the 3 largest cities. So they want the park to be equidistant to my 3 cities, X, Y, and Z. The map shown was created by the committee. What point of concurrency did the committee use as the location of the park? So they did not use the correct one, because what they wanted to be equidistant to the cities. The cities are the angles in the triangle. So they wanted to be equidistant to the vertices. So they should have used the circumcenter. Remember, the circumcenter is formed by angle bisectors. Oh, sorry. By perpendicular bisectors. Sorry. So I know it's not formed by perpendicular bisectors because of the main reason. When they intersect with the sides, this is not a 90-degree angle. Perpendicular things intersect and form 90. And these do not intersect and form 90. So they did not use a circumcenter. What they used, it looks like the lines go from the vertex of an angle to the midpoint. So they actually used medians. So where medians intersect is called a centroid. So they used a centroid. So that'll be a -1 if it's wrong. It's actually -5 they skipped because this has two parts. Did the committee use the best point of concurrency for the location of the park? If not, which one would be better to use? So it would be, I've already written the answer basically. So the answer is no. They did not use the correct one. They'd want to use the circumcenter, which is equidistant to vertices. So that would be the correct answer. They can't just say no. If they said no, it is wrong. Okay? So it's -1 or -5 if they skipped. So if your honors, or if your standard at this point, just go to the top and write the grade. If your honors, we've got 2 more to go. So we'll do these. Alright, so then let's look at the relationship between these two. We have BD, which looks to be the 2/3 of the line. And then they gave us BF, which is the whole line. So you'll set up an equation that BD is 2/3 the length of BF. So BD would be 4x plus 5. Then it would be 2/3 of BF, which is 9x. So we have 4x plus 5 equals, to multiply these, you can write it over 1, multiply straight across. 2 times 9x is 18x, and then 3 times 1 is 3. This can and should be reduced. 18 divided by 3 is 6, so I'm going to reduce this to 6x. Alright, then we're going to subtract 4x. So 5 equals 2x divided by 2. X equals 5 over 2. So we've got that going for us. If we plug this in, BD equals 4 times 5 over 2 plus 5. So 4 times 5 over 2. If you multiply the tops, that would be 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 2 is 2. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Plus 5 is 15. Do the same thing over here. Oh, geez. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Here we are. Back again. So sorry. So plug it in for x in the other length. And you'll get equal, BF will be equal to 45 over 2. So it'll be 1 point for BF, 1 point for X, 1 point for BD. So if they missed none of it, obviously they missed nothing. If they missed all of them, it's -3. And then if they skipped it, I believe I told you it was -8 for skipping. It did require work. It's -10 for no work. Oh, no, I mean, sorry, -8 for no work. Alright, we do the same thing over here. we have GD, and then we're given GC. So this one is slightly different because GD is the 1/3. So GD equals 1/3 the length of, what is it, GC. So we're going to plug in. GD is 2x minus 8. So it'll be 1/3 times 3x plus 3. You're going to distribute. On the right, 1/3 of 3x is x. 1/3 of 3 is 1. Alright, so from here, I'm just going to skip ahead and tell you what x is. X is 9. So that's the first part. Second part is plugging it back in. So GD will equal, so you would do 2 times 9 minus 8. 2 times 9 is 18, minus 8 is 10. GC, you'll do the same thing. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 3 is 30. This makes complete sense because the full length of the line was 30, and 1/3 of 30 is 10. So again, it'd be 1 point for each of those if they got them all wrong, it's -3. And then if they showed no work or they just simply skipped the question, it is -8. Go ahead and write a grade at the top.